Life management classes. Today we are reviewing the concept that dollars follow value. When we started this discussion a little while ago, we talked about the great big ladder that you can climb in the economy in America, with starting at minimum wage at the bottom and being able to raise your value so that you can move up that ladder. The first concept that we talked about is that you don't get paid for the time, you get paid for the value that you put in the time. What that means is, or let me explain it this way. There are some people who just make minimum wage, $7.50, and they go to work and they make minimum wage, $7.50, but there are other people who make 10 times that much in an hour, $75 an hour. And there are other people who make 10 times more than that, $750 an hour. And they are spending the same time, but the value that they put in the time makes it worth their employer to pay them that extra money. So you don't get paid just because you go to work and spend time there. You get paid based on the value that you put into the time that you're there. And you're creating value for the person who is exchanging the money with you. You're giving them a reason to exchange that money because you're more valuable than whatever money it is that they're trading with you. So, you don't get paid for the time, you get paid for the value that you put in the time. So if you want to move up the ladder, the key is, I have got to make myself more valuable to the marketplace so that I can put more value into the time. And if I can make myself more valuable to the marketplace, then people are going to be more willing to exchange their money with me in a greater amount. Okay? So, how can I become more valuable to the marketplace? There are 3 things that you can write about. 1, education is the biggest one. And not just your education at school. The people who are super successful in whatever field they decide to go in, the people that are super accomplished and make the most money in whatever they decide to do, are the people who stay on top of the information of how their field is changing. So, a dentist, okay? If there was a dentist who still did his dentist work that was from the 1950s, okay? Who would go to a dentist if all they did was the way they did dentistry in the 1950s? Okay? Nobody would go to that dentist. Because the field of dentistry has evolved so much, and the reason why I'm talking about this is because I just went to the dentist and had a lot of work done, and there's been tons of innovation and tons of new things, and the dentists that stay on top of it and learn the new ways to do things and learn better ways to do their work, faster ways to do their work, ways that it makes it easier for the patient, those are the dentists that people go to. Okay? It's the same thing with really anything that you decide to do. Teachers, it's the same thing. The teachers who stay on top of the new information that's coming out, the new research that's coming out, and they continue to learn, and they continue to grow, they're the best teachers. There's a lot of people in the world who think, man, once I graduate from high school, I don't have to learn another thing. Because I got my little piece of paper that said that I graduated from high school, and now I don't have to learn anything after that. Or I went to college and I got my little piece of paper from college, and now I don't have to learn another thing. One of the ways that you can learn to love to learn and to continue to educate yourself all through your life, and you can start practicing it right now, is to become fascinated with life. What I mean by that is be curious. How do things work? How did this come to be? How did this chair, somebody thought of this chair. Somebody thought of how to make the plastic. Somebody thought of how to make the metal. Somebody thought of everything that you see around you. There's so much in the world to be curious about and to ask questions about and to wonder about. And if you can train your mind to be that way, you automatically will become a lifelong. Okay, so become fascinated with life and become fascinated with stuff. Now, are there subjects in school you can all say yes or no? Are there subjects in school that are just boring and you hate them?
Yes.
No.
Okay, absolutely. There absolutely is. But if you can learn to become curious even about those things that you don't like, you're practicing a trait that successful people have where you are now. You don't have to go out and not be in school to learn how to become fascinated with life. You can do it right now, right here. Okay, number 3. Use what you have that you can't change. Okay? Can you change the fact that you have to go to school?
No.
Thank you.
No.
Okay? You can't. How many of you, by raise of hands, we won't put this on the video, really don't like school very much?
Me! School
Okay.
sucks.
That's fine, but you can't change it, right?
No.
Okay?
No matter what you do.
No matter what you do, you can't change it. It is the law that you have to go to school. You have to. And you're going to come here every day,
Except for
Unless you're sick.
most of the days, unless you're sick or something like that, and you're going to come to school. Well, what are you using it for?
to get an education.
Okay? Are you? That's a real question. Are you using it to get an education?
Yes.
Okay? Use what you can't change. Things that you can use school for, even if you don't like it, is you can practice being reliable. Okay? What are employers looking out for? Is reliability valuable? That you're going to show up on time?
Yes.
It's way valuable. That you are going to take the task that your employer gives you seriously. Is that important?
Yes.
It's huge. Even if you don't like what they ask you to do, yeah, your employer wants to see, hey, this person is reliable. They're going to show up on time. They're going to do what I ask them to do, and they're going to do a good job at it. They're not going to do it halfway and just try to get by and be like, that's probably good enough. Okay? You can practice that at school all the time. Every assignment that you have, you can practice doing your best. You can practice doing it on time. You can practice doing it even if it's something that you don't like to do.
I agree.
Okay? So, use what you have that you can't change.